Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Hale Walker, and my guest today is Mary Taylor, the Assistant Director of the Council of Aging. Mary, welcome. Thanks for being with us.
I'm glad to be here.
So we've got a big day coming up for the seniors.
Yes.
And it is Senior Power Day, is it?
Yes.
So, and it's not something that is new. Many of our viewers are going to hear about it for the first time, but this is something that you've been doing for a long time.
For 37 years now, we have done a Senior Power Day.
And what's it all about?
Well, back 37 years ago, it started as a very political afternoon. Our senior advocates in the county at that time would invite the local politicians to come in, and they'd lay out groundwork for them on issues that they thought they should be addressing and how they would affect seniors and whatnot. But it slowly evolved into more of a health fair. So now seniors can take control of their health at Senior Power Day instead of conniving with all the politicians to get them to come around to their thinking.
Because at that time, we didn't have, St. Clair County is really known for the way they embrace the support for our senior citizens.
Yes.
And so that may not have been the case as strong early on.
Right.
So today we're focusing on service, service, service.
Very much so. We have 37 different displays that'll be set up down at the Washington Life Center in Marine City, the old Washington Elementary School. And in amongst those, there'll be health testings and screenings going on, demonstrations of some of the equipment, some of the materials people maybe could use down the road. I mean, Amigo will be there with their samples. We have diabetic shoes that'll be on display that those who are on Medicaid can get for no charge. Then we also have Tri-Hospital EMS is going to actually pull up one of the ambulances and let the seniors in. It's a lot easier to see it when you're not laying on a gurney.
Yeah, very good point.
And to check it all out, talk with the EMTs as to what they do. And then we also will have the head of the ER from Lake Huron Medical will be there. They'll take it the next step and tell what goes on in the ER. So a lot of give and take that day, along with all the shots you might need right now, your COVID vaccines, your boosters, pneumonia, Hep A and B, and your flu shots will all be available that day, and everything's free.
Okay. And what age group are we seeing? You know, when we talk about seniors today, heck, I'm a senior, and I can't see myself attending something like this. Are we getting them from 60 years old, or are we starting at the age of 80? What's the age group?
The actual age group for services is 60 and over. We have members of the Council on Aging that are just maybe 50, and they like to travel with our trips, so they took a membership out, so they get the lesser rate for those travels. But at this point, it's anyone who's a member of the Council on Aging, and any seniors in the county who want to attend are welcome to join us. We start at 9 that morning and we go till 1, and somewhere in there you can have lunch on us as well. So it's a fun day, it's a busy day, and you can learn a lot. And it's, some people have walked away with, dates all set to meet with their doctors on certain things. And in past years, we've actually had an ambulance pull in and take someone to the hospital. Really? For something as simple as having their blood pressure checked and having it so high that they felt they were on the verge of a stroke. So we transported them over to the hospital.
So let's take a brief time out. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about what might be needed to be able to set up an appointment to be able to do this, and some of the other services from the Council on Aging. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
The St. Clair County Department of Veterans Affairs is here to serve those who have served, military veterans and their dependents. Call and make an appointment to discuss and apply for benefits to include health care, disability compensation, and community services today at 810-989-6945.
Welcome back to Spotlight as we continue our conversation with Mary Taylor, the Assistant Director of the Council on Aging. So Mary, if I'm interested in attending, how do we go about doing it? Do I need a reservation, and how do I get there?
Okay, you don't need a reservation. The doors open at 9 for the seniors to come in. Our vendors will be moving in between 8 and 8:30, quarter to 9, so they'll be setting up as you get there. You can come in, you can wander through the whole building, and we will have displays in all the hallways. There'll be testings going on in the different classrooms off to the side, and Lunch will be served in the cafeteria. All the shots will be given in the gym so that we can spread things out in there. But even if you need a ride to get to from the corners of Yale and up
Really?
to Lakeport, we've got buses that we can get you down there to Marine City and back home after you're done.
And so if you need a ride, how do I go about doing that?
You just call your area senior center, and they can get you scheduled for a ride. And you probably won't be the only one on the bus heading that way, because we're expecting 300 to 350 people in there between 9 and 1.
So it sounds like the location has sort of been a home run for you. Do you see it staying in the Marine City, the old Washington Elementary School building?
I honestly do now. Last
got the
year,
gymnasium.
Yeah, we've got the gym, we've got a cafeteria, so we don't have to keep rotating people out of the small dining room like we did in the Port Huron Center. Everything's on one floor, so we don't have to mess with an elevator that occasionally got, totally packed with people and would just run extremely slow, because we're known for having the slowest elevator in town. So you can make your way around, stop and talk with people, ask your questions. We've got people like Humsavi coming in to do skin cancer screening. Some of these are really important tests that can be done. Riverside Eye Center is going to be there, and they've got 3 different eye vision testings that they're going to do. So, you can get your shots, you can get checked over from head to toe. Community mental health will be there doing wellness screening, which may not sound like a really important thing, but after COVID, last year we had more people who ended up making appointments to go in and talk with counselors. And since we're seeing such a rise through COVID with suicides amongst our seniors, that's a really important test to go in and be screened for.
Well, it's very impressive that you've got the type of camaraderie with different organizations, because we have all the hospitals involved also. Is that correct?
Yes, all of
That's
those
terrific.
that are physically in St. Clair County, plus Beaumont has come on now from Lennox Township, from their facility there. So they will all be there to answer questions, talk with you, tell you what they've got available and what they can offer, and you can check it all out.
Oh, that's terrific. Before I let you go, am I missing anything? What else should our seniors know right now that's happening?
Oh, let's see. We've got a lot of things coming up. We had just done a Meet the Candidates earlier this month, but all of the centers are gearing up for their Christmas things now. We've got Secret Santa's going on, so if somebody would like to, buy items and whatnot for seniors for Christmas, they can contact the centers and ask what they would need and how they could be involved in that. Washington Life Center, back during COVID, started their ELF project that made it on the Today Show that Christmas, and they're doing it again this year. So they're going to dress up one of the buses, and staff are going to dress up as Mrs. Claus and the elves, and they go to a senior's door and we'll sing carols and give them a present and then head on their way to the next one. So a lot of fun things are coming here for the next few months.
Terrific. Mary, thanks so much for being with us and update us, and I wish you the very best on the big event.
Thanks for having us here.
And thank you for staying tuned to EBW TV as we spotlight nonprofits and economic development in the Blue Water area. I'm Hale Walker, and this is Spotlight.